Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be part of the Save the Crafty YouTuber video hop today. This video hop is just celebrating all of those crafty YouTubers that are out there making tutorials, making videos, and just sharing the inspiration. If you find some crafters that inspire you today, please consider subscribing to them. This is just to help all of those crafters monetize their channels, so it makes it possible for them to bring us more inspiration and more videos. So I think it's a really great way to support those people that you love and you love their videos. So just consider subscribing, leave a comment if you want to be entered to win some prizes, and let's get on with today's card. So today for this card, I am making a really fun little one in a chameleon card. I love this little chameleon from Fawn, and I never thought to pair it with some Altenew type products because they're totally different styles, but they kind of worked and they kind of came together on this card. So I wanted to show you how I created this. I'm using some Grecian gold modeling paste from TCW. This is some stuff I got, I think, several years ago at Creativation. So you can see it's rather thick, and that might just be because it's been in my closet for a while, but it works fine and it's gorgeous once it dries. This is just some paste, and this is a gold paste that's really shimmery. You can add it over stencils, you can add it to your cards, and it just adds some detail, it adds some texture, and in my case it adds some shine. I just really love it. Now I'm just applying it over this Brutus Monroe stencil with my palette knife. I'm trying to scrape off as much extra as I can and get it back into that jar so I can save it for later. And once I have enough on there, I'm just going to peel it off and reveal that golden goodness underneath. Now you can see I did kind of smudge one area there. I wasn't worried because I knew with all of my layering of my leaves and my chameleon, I thought I could hide it, and I did. So just if you make a mistake like that, just, try to see if you can hide it with an embellishment or kind of change your layout a little bit just to, keep going. You don't have to totally scrap your project. You can do some creative damage control, if you will, which is what I did here. So I'm taking some of this really gorgeous washi tape. This is from Altenew. This is their Misty Meadows washi tape. It's this really wide washi tape that you can just apply over a card, and you have a card background if you want to do it that way. There's so many things you can do with this. You can tear it like a regular washi tape, layer it. Today I'm putting it on a piece of scrap paper that I had embossed for something else and I decided not to use, and I'm just fussy cutting all of those leaves out. These are leaves that kind of have a watercolor look to them. They also have a little bit of gold foiling on them, so they're just gorgeous, and that gold goes with that gold modeling paste, and I'm going to do the little gold embossing on my chameleon. So I'm going with a really green and gold type card here today. So I have all of those fussy cut out. My modeling paste is dry. I'm going to go ahead and kind of layer these leaves on just to kind of see if I'm going to be able to cover up that little smudge that I did in the beginning. I want to make sure I have enough leaves here. If I don't, I can always go cut more out. But I want to see if this arrangement works with all the little pieces that I have. Now this is the second card in this style I've done. Many times when I do my videos, I like to create a card off screen first because my creative process is very long. I don't usually sit down and make a card in 20 minutes. It takes me a day or two because I have kids and I cannot just sit down and create all day. So a lot of times I do step by steps. A lot of times I'll do one step and I don't know what I want to do next, so I'll step away. And then once I have an idea, I'll come back to it. And so my creative process is actually really long. So that's why it's kind of hard for me to sit down and just create on camera. So if I can make a card and I like the way it turns out and I know which steps I've already taken, I can then sit down and create that card again on camera, which is what I'm doing today. So I've been finding that I've been making a lot of duplicate cards. I have 2 or 3 of maybe the same style or the same type card, but maybe change it up a little bit, and I find that's really been working for me. So I'm just kind of recreating that first card, and now I have 2 of them that I can either keep or send away or maybe give as a set. So I think it's a really great way. It's been working for me for my videos. and I hope you guys enjoy it too. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking a little bit of Gina K ink. I'm ink blending it kind of on a vertical line there over that modeling paste. And I'm doing that because I want to kind of make sort of a background to these leaves to kind of make them stand out a little bit more. And I wanted to get some more green into this layout as well. So now I'm taking some of my Gina K Connect glue. I'm just layering all these leaves together. I'm making a nice little arrangement, and I'm trying to mentally think of where I want to put my chameleon and that little branch he's going to sit on, kind of leave a space there, and I want to put him right over that smudge and cover up that little mistake. This little flower or leaf here, I wanted to pop that up a little bit, so I put some foam adhesive on there, and I'm just layering all these leaves on. I'm just making this really big, beautiful grouping of these washi tape leaves. I love that Connect glue because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room before it's dry. You can move things around and get it exactly how you like it. So here is my Lawn Fawn Chameleon, and I just think this guy is so cute. I had to pick him up at our local craft store because my son right now is obsessed with reptiles and chameleons and spiders and all of those things, which I think is really cute. But he saw that chameleon stamp set, and I couldn't say no because it's a stamp set, of course, and it's a chameleon, which he loves, and he actually likes to sit next to me and craft sometimes. So a lot of times he'll sit there and stamp out that chameleon and color it, and it's kind of become my favorite because it's his favorite. So I know that's a big aw moment because it's so cute, but I just had to explain why I'm using this chameleon. It doesn't really typically go with your sophisticated Altenew style, but the way I'm going to color him is ink blending, and I think he kind of really fits in with the background, which was kind of surprising to me, but I really liked how it turned out. So I stamped and I embossed him in some Gilded gold embossing powder from Brutus Monroe, and I'm coloring him with some Gina K ink again, and it's the same color ink that I used for the background of my card, so it's all going to coordinate. It's going to look great together, and I'm putting a little bit of yellow on the top. I'm coloring the bottom with a little bit of green, and I'm getting those to blend together. So my chameleon is kind of changing colors like chameleons do, and he's going to fit in with that background as well. So I thought this was just really fun. So I'm taking a few different colors of that ink, blending it together, and I just wanted to let you guys know that it's okay to color your simple little images with ink blending. I did not have any Copics, I did not have any colored pencils or anything to color any of my images when I first started crafting, and this is how I did all of my images when I first started crafting. I ink blended them all. I made sure I had simple images that I could just rub some ink on, and then I put them on my card. So it's totally okay to do it this way. Use what you have, get creative with your stash, and just create and just have fun doing it. That is the point of creating. I mean, all of those supplies are so fun to have, Copics and everything, but you don't need them to create, and you don't need them to have fun creating. And I just want you guys to know that. So you can use what you have, you can get creative, and you just can have fun. So now that my little pieces are colored, I'm going to go ahead and layer them on with a little bit more of that Gina K Connect glue. I want to put that branch kind of covering that last little smudge so my mistake is covered. And then I'm popping up my chameleon with some more of those little foam squares. I wanted him to kind of stand out because he is kind of the star of this card, and I wanted his little cute little personality to pop out. So I just kind of layered him behind one of those leaves, and I think he looks just super cute. He's like one of my favorite little images I have right now. So then I'm going to stamp out that sentiment, which says, "You are one in a chameleon," and I just love it. It's so fun and punny. And I'm going to emboss that in some of that Gilded gold embossing powder again. So it's going to match with the other embossing that I did. It's all going to coordinate and look really great. I did it on some black cardstock because I thought that would really pop against the gold. And so I'm really glad I did it on black. I think white would have gotten lost a little bit against that background. And I'm just cutting those out into some really tiny strips. And I'm going to layer them on the front of my card. Now I'm layering them in those little tiny strips, kind of going with those stripes that I have in the black background. I thought it kind of looked great with that striped background. It kind of mimicked those stripes, and I thought it just kind of all went together well. I want to pop up this sentiment to make it stand out, so I'm using some more of those little foam squares, just adding them to my sentiments, and then I'm going to adhere them down. The tricky thing about using these foam squares is always getting them in the right position and then peeling off those backers. Peeling off the backers is always the part that takes the most time, but sometimes if you don't have any fingernails, you can use like a little pokey tool and kind of just pry off the back there, and that really helps. Otherwise, you just kind of have to keep working on it. Some foam adhesives come off a little bit better than others. These are not too bad. I think these are Craft Perfect from Tonic, I believe. I don't have the package here next to me, but I'll definitely try to link them down below. They're really tiny little squares, so they work great with little images and little sentiments. Now I'm going to pop up this card panel on a white card base. I have it trimmed down to a little bit smaller than an A2 size card, and I love using this Brutus Monroe foam adhesive because it is really thick and it's really sticky, and it gives some nice dimension to that front panel. So here are my two cards side by side, the one I made on camera and the one I made before. I have a pair of them now that I can give as a set, or I can keep, or I can send to 2 different people, and I love that. I wanted to add just a little bit more shimmer, so I'm taking this Nuvo Aqua Shimmer pen, and this is gold shimmer. Now it doesn't add color, but it does add the glitter, and the glitter is gold. So that's where you get the gold shimmer. If you think of a Wink of Stella brush marker, it's kind of like that. There's no color, it's just the shimmer, and it really flows out very nicely, and it gives you a lot of shimmer. It's very shimmery. So I really enjoyed using it. I wasn't going to put it on a whole lot. I put it on his eye, I put it on his stripes, and then I was just having fun shimmering, so I shimmered the branches too because we love shimmer, right? I do. So that is pretty much the card. Thank you so much for hopping along with us. Please continue on the hop and see all the inspiration from the amazing YouTubers that are joining us. I hope you will consider subscribing, commenting, and just sharing the love and supporting the crafty YouTubers that we know and we love and we want to see more videos from. So please consider subscribing and supporting all of these amazing crafty individuals. Thank you for stopping by today, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!